This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good morning, Debbie DiPietro. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful morning?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing, Angel?
I am excellent. I'm supercharged, so I have to maintain my vocal levels because I am speaking to some of the most amazing people across the world. And now I get to speak to you.
Yay.
What part of the world are you in right now?
I am in beautiful Jacksonville, Florida.
Sweet. So you have the sun, but still, it's a bit colder than usual, isn't it?
You're right about that. It's a little chilly for us Floridians, although I have to say we're a little spoiled. At least we're not up in Chicago or Minneapolis, but it's a little cool for us.
All right. Well, do tell me which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this specific time in history.
Well, I'm wearing different hats these days, but I'm a podcaster myself. I'm a writer. I'm a teacher. I'm a social media specialist. It's just a very creative time in my life right now.
So who did you learn that from? That ability to morph between positions accordingly, if you would.
I get asked that a lot lately, and I just have an active brain, and I get restless. So I'm always wanting to, I'm a lifelong learner, and I'm always wanting to challenge myself, and I just have a lot of energy. And I find, the key though is to be organized, right? So if you're wearing a lot of different hats and you're doing lots of good work, you just have to be organized about it. And I'm a big fan of sort of blocking off your time, if you will. So if I'm focused on managing social media for my clients, I do that. Or if I'm focused on preparing for my own Courageously Go podcast, I block off time for that. And I think our brains do best when we focus on one thing at a time, right? So I don't know, but multitasking is probably overrated in my opinion.
I totally agree. One friend told me, "Angel, how are you doing? You're busy. You're a busy guy." And I said, no, I'm not busy. Probably looks that way, but everything is scheduled and life is pretty balanced for the most part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Definitely not. I don't like the busy badge. I don't like that busy badge.
I don't either.
Yes. So why will you continue? Why will you continue to be this person? Now, I have had the experience where being scheduled kind of puts you in a stress level when things fall out of place sometimes. So there are the challenges with it. It isn't just as easy as pie, right? But why will you continue nevertheless?
That's true. This is true.
Why will you continue to do that nevertheless?
Continue all of my projects?
Repeating the skill of being that orderly person.
Yeah, well, I think it keeps me able to accomplish all that I want to accomplish in this chapter of my life, and I found tools that really help me. There's one app that I just have discovered lately. I've become kind of a productivity hack, if you will, until just starting in the new year, and I found one app. It's called Toggle. TOGL, and it's awesome. It kind of I'm on my laptop, and I can kind of keep track of the time of different tasks that I'm doing, so I can just focus on one thing at a time. It's been very helpful and useful to me.
Yeah, Toggle is great. I
love it.
You've offered one, let me offer one back. Okay. Right? So Trello has been totally amazing for me. Yeah, Trello is like my go-to. So, and planning via, so for personal, I do let me see if I can do this: mental, spiritual, career, physical, personal, financial, family. And then for the business, it's sales, admin, leadership, operation, and marketing. And I attempt to put things into those categories every day and get them done for the most times. And yeah, life is good.
Oh, I like Trello. You kind of have those cards. It's very visual, which is good for, I like Trello. I've used it in the past.
Yeah,
so.
I love ticking things off. So sometimes I'll do something and still go in there and put it just to tick it off.
Yeah, because you feel like you're accomplishing something, and that's satisfying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Courageously Go. Tell me about the inspiration for this podcast, please.
Oh my goodness, I'm having so much fun with this podcast. I didn't even think I'd been podcasting, and this kind of fell on my lap a year and a half ago, Angel, when I was invited to do my own podcast. But courage. Okay, so I'm 52 right now, and really at age 50, on my 50th birthday, I I decided, I had this epiphany, right? I decided, what is the rest? I'm thinking legacy. What is the rest of my life? What do I want to dedicate my life to? And when it came to me, it's all about courage. It all comes from from the heart. And everything you do in life, whether it's raising a family, whether it is planning a trip with your husband or asking for a raise or anything in life, dealing with life's challenges, celebrations, it all starts with courage. And specifically, I'm really motivated right now with my show. It's primarily a show for women, and we are facilitating a global conversation about courage. And it's just, I'm having so much fun. I've had amazing guests on my show, and we're from all walks of life, from all around the world. And we're finding that the global community is not so large after all, and you're probably finding the same thing with your project here. And so we're just having great talks and in supporting one another through the challenges and celebrations of life and being a woman in today's time. So it's just been awesome.
Love it. Where's the best place for us to connect to get more information on what you're doing?
Sure. Just visit my website, courageouslygo.com. And on my website, courageouslygo.com, you can find a little bit more about me and why I am doing this. You can look at all of my past podcast episodes. You can also, if you're already on iHeartRadio or iTunes or Spotify or all the many outlets that people use these days to listen to podcasts, I'm there. I'm on most of the outlets. So Courageously Go.
How did you feel when you saw that URL available, courageouslygo.com?
Yeah, it just Courageously Go just spoke to me. I about a year and a half ago when I decided, well, what do I want to title this show or do kind of brand myself, if you will, and I like Courageously Go because it's active, right? And so kind of my whole thing right now is #go. If don't overthink things because it's easy to talk yourself out of things. So just go for it. Jump out of that airplane and figure out how to build the parachute on the way down. Go.
Love it. All right, my friend. Well, let's switch gears for a moment now. Let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful warm blue Caribbean water.
Love it.
Debbie, what is your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest childhood memory. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. Well, like you, I grew up in a sunny place. I grew up in Hawaii on Oahu. And so some of my, earliest wonderful childhood memories is just spending time on the beach with my family. Before, when I was really little, since this is an early childhood memory, my mom, who was a stay-at-home mom, and it was me and my little toddler brother. Before I started kindergarten, we would hang out at the Hilton Hawaiian Lagoon in Waikiki, like all day long. And I remember, just playing in the sand and having my little floaty. I think it was like an alligator floaty and just being on the lagoon. And they had like an actual little island in the middle of the lagoon. And it felt like such a grand adventure, Angel, to on my little floaty to go out to the island. And I just felt like such big stuff, big adventure.
That's amazing. Why do you think that memory is so clear?
I don't know. I think it was just so carefree and just so happy, just me in the sand and the water and playing with my little brother. And then every now and then, mom would say, okay, it's time to go get some ice cream. And we'd go walk to the nearby hotel and get an ice cream cone. So it was just happy and carefree,
That's great. So how do you see that memory connecting to who you are today?
Yeah, I just love the feeling of being joyful and not being overly anxious and worried about things. And I think that my Hawaiian childhood, to this day, inside, I feel playful and I love the sun and I like to help people be happy, right? So a lot of what I do, whether it's through my Courageously Go podcast, Angel, or my books that I write or my blogging, is just to inspire others to be, confident and joyful and enjoy our lives. We're only, here, this is it. This is our time on the stage, right? So let's be happy and not worry so much and take ourselves so seriously, right?
I agree. Go get some ice cream. Go
get some ice cream.
Debbie, if we fast forwarded to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
My favorite song, goodness, let's see here. I'm dating myself now. So at age 12, that would be in 1978, because I was born in 66. So that was probably kind of the height of the disco era. And I do remember, I can't think of a specific, well, I can. Donna Summers was really big back then. What was some of her? Gosh, there was some... I'm trying to think, Donna Summers and the Bee Gees, Staying Alive. Disco Duck was a hoot. I remember Disco Duck. Loved it. When you're 12 years old, I was at the perfect age for those goofy disco songs, right? Disco Duck.
Love it. There we go. All right, my friend. Well, we've arrived at our destination. But I just heard the pang, pang, chicka, chicka, pang. All right, we've arrived at our destination. But before
the Disco Duck, that's a good name. That's how people will remember me. Disco Duck, I love it.
Double D's, love it. Yeah, I mean, you are Debbie D, right? So Disco Duck, Double D, love it.
There you go. That's it.
All right, my friend, we've arrived at our destination. But before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Debbie, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Sure, I did that pretty quickly. Have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Someone to pass on my skills to? Well,
Hit me yes or no. Hit me yes or no.
I have my...
Yes or no?
Yes.
Are you married?
Yes. Am I worried?
Married.
No. Not sorry.
Oh, we're having too much fun. Are you married?
Am I married? Yes.
Do you have children?
I have children, yes.
Do you believe in God?
I do, yes.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
I do, yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
No, I don't watch a lot of TV.
What about screen time, the phone and the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Too much, yes. I'm on it so much, yes.
All right. If you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who you are, Debbie DiPietro.
Sure.
What would you say that is?
I would say it's our time to shine. Let's make it so and courageously go.
Love it, Debbie DiPietro. This was such a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Oh, well, I thank you for doing this. And, just everyone out there, remember this, that, we never, ever, ever need to feel stuck in our lives, no matter our age, no matter our circumstances.
Debbie, again, thank you for the disco duck.
And having ice cream on the beach, right?
I appreciate it. In Hawaii.
Yes, thank you for having me. This was so nice. I'm glad we connected. I think I saw you on LinkedIn and we immediately connected, and this is so much fun. So keep up all the great work you're doing here, Angel, and let me know how I may support you in this effort. This is awesome. I love it.
Debbie, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
This segment has been brought to you by Amazel Enterprise.